Here we are. We've been asked in part 3 to do a trip from Laramie to Riverton to Gillette, draw the original vector and the resultant vector, and also use the algebraic method. So let's kind of get going on this. So Laramie's down here, Riverton's up here, and Gillette's up here. Now, one of the things I kind of want to do here is I want to pull the map out a little bit faded so that we can just focus on our trips. Now, we have a scale that I looked up on the map, and that little arrow there is 20 kilometers, approximately 20 kilometers. So this is the arrow going from Laramie to Riverton, and this is the arrow, and this is the arrow going from Riverton to Gillette. So these are the two vectors we have to break down, and then this is our resultant, Laramie to Gillette. So let's look at this a little bit. If I were to take that angle and I was to use a protractor, I would get here approximately, it looks like about 38 degrees. Okay. And then if I was to lay down arrows, it looks to me like there's about 14 and a half of those arrows. I'll show you here. And you remind yourself that the coordinates of the quadrants. So if you're going this way, you're in the negative or the west direction. If you're going this way, you're in the positive or the east direction. Up is positive for the y's, and down is negatives for the y's. So you just want to make sure you remember this up, positive, 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 negative, 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 that's y, negative x, positive y. Okay, so that hopefully makes good sense. Now, let me see here. We've got this whole idea that we're using, which is SOHCAHTOA. Okay, and here's our Riverton triangle. So the Riverton triangle would go right, go over this way horizontally, and then go up this way. So I measured this, and there are 14 and a half of these arrows times 20, and 14 and a half times 20 is 310. So I've got 310 kilometers for my hypotenuse, and then I went ahead and used a protractor, and I got approximately 38 or 39 degrees there. So that's how I got that angle. Then for Gillette, I put the arrows down again, and there's approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13 and a half, so it'll be just a little bit less than this other one. Okay, it's like about 290 or something, but we'll look here. And I laid a protractor on it, and that looks to me like 31 or 32 degrees there. So let me pull away the protractor. And there we go. And nope, that's not what I want to show you right now. I do want to take away the large compass rose, and I want to show you this triangle. So here's the Gillette triangle, 13 and a half times 20, 32 degrees. So I used SOHCAHTOA to get the opposite side, which is this, the 143 positive. The 229 is this adjacent side. This is going to be a negative 240 going this direction. This will be a positive 195 going this direction. I just wanted to put a little circle around. There's Laramie down here. Here's Riverton right there. And there's Gillette right there, just so you can identify them. Okay, and we are doing this Laramie, Riverton to Gillette. Now, let's look at the components. So let's go Laramie to Riverton. Oh, let's go ahead and throw our algebraically solving table on here. So we need the x and y components. Now, there's your negative 240 and 195. This right here goes over here. X component, Y component. And then there's your positive 229 adjacent and positive 143. Okay. Now we're going to add those up. So the X components add up to negative 11.9 and the Y components add up to 338. And when we do the square root, we do a squared plus b squared and we get the c squared. So the resultant vector, which is going to be this blue vector, this vector right here, is going to be the vector that's going to be 338 kilometers long. And then what we have to do is find our angle. And we do our angle using tangent. And we get negative 88 degrees. Now, if you look at the right answer, let's look at the correct answer. The correct answer says basically 88.8 north of west, 89.8. I'm off by 1.8 degrees, and of course I did it with a graphical arrow on a map on the computer. If I would have done it a little bit more precisely, either drawing or with an actual physical map, I think I would have been perfect. So I got 338.2, that was great, but my angle is off just a little bit. So that is how you solve it algebraically and show your work for the Wyoming vectors, Laramie to Riverton to Gillette. Hope that helps you out.